Win the incredible Steigercraft 21DB Miami, powered by a Yamaha 200, in the ultimate season-long multiple species subscriber-only fishing competition, the Fisherman's 2017 Dream Boat Fishing Challenge. Go to thefisherman.com and enter today. The fishing news is brought to you by Shoreline Insurance Agency and Okuma.
Hey folks, Fred Golofaro here for this week's video fishing forecast, and looks like we've gotten past the effects of Hurricane Gert. Should be way north of us by the time you're watching this. Weekend forecast isn't looking too bad. Friday they are calling for some south winds with gusts up to 20 knots. That's going to kick the seas up on the south shore a bit, 3 to 4 feet. But the weekend, like I said, Saturday they're calling for south at 10 knots. Sunday northwest at 5 to 10. Some showers on Saturday, but what's a little rain. Just a little word of note on these offshore storms and hurricanes when they're coming by. If you're running any of the South Shore inlets, you can run out on an incoming current when you have that heave coming in, and it can look really calm, very peaceful. It's just a gentle roller coaster ride on the way out. Once that current turns and starts running strong on the outgoing, it's a whole different world. It can be very dangerous. Those 6-foot rollers or 8-foot rollers turn white, and it can be very dangerous. So make sure, if you are going to run offshore under those conditions, make sure that you know your tides and you get back in on incoming water, especially inlets like Mauritius, which actually are considered unnavigable to begin with. So keep that note, pay strict attention to the tides under those conditions. Hey, on the fishing front, out on the east end, there's been an occasional off day with the fluke and bass in Montauk, but overall the fishing's still really good. It's probably more fluke than we've seen in a long time, quality fluke. Fish anywhere from 5 or 6 up to 10, 12 pounds. Some guys are even limiting out with like three keepers are 8, 9, 10 pounds. That's crazy. One of the biggest fluke of the season that we've heard about was taken on the Joyce Sea the other day. That was 15.3 pounds. That's a heck of a doormat. The fishing, the south side's been producing very well. Cartwright, frisbees, even pollock rip when the conditions are right. Striped bass fishing, not as crazy as it was a couple of weeks ago, but still some real good action. Again, not every tide, but especially at night for the bigger fish. Guys drifting live eels, taking most of the bigger fish. Trolling fish in the daytime with some big fish mixed in. But if you're serious about catching a big bass, your best bet is after dark with live eels. Top Gun had a 65-pounder last week, another fish over 60 pounds this week, so there's some real big fish around. Up on the North Fork, same deal, a lot of bass, mostly smaller fish in the daytime with some bigger fish at night. The bottom fishing up there is real good. Good fluke, sea bass, porgies, and triggerfish. Loads of triggerfish this summer, especially out there. Captain Dave on the Peconic Star said he had one trip, they had 150 triggerfish. That's a lot of triggers, and they happen to be really good eating too if you haven't tried them. Inside up there you got Noyak Bay, Roses Grove, Nassau Point. Weak fishing's red hot still, holding up really good, and you're getting some blowfish, kingfish, and small porgies mixed in with the weeks. Down on the South Shore, fluke a little tougher this week with the heave on the ocean, but there are still some fish in the bays, some quality fish in the inlet, but you need to fish that last 2 hours, hour and a half of the incoming and the start of the ebb if you want to get the most out of your time, out of your trip. There was an 11-pound, 13-ounce fluke weighed in at Salt Waters this week. It was taken on the inside, so there are some big fish, quality fish roaming around inside. Best bet though, I think I'm going to have to go with sea bass. Fishing on the reef, the Fire Island Reef, fishing on some of the offshore wrecks has been really good, and it's not just daytime. The evening trips on some of the capture boats, catching loads of sea bass and some big ones. We've heard of fish up to 6 pounds, so we'll make that the best bet for this area. On the west end, still fluking, holding up really good inside and out. Cholera, the McAllister grounds, even the Hempstead Reef and the Atlantic Beach Reef, all producing quality fluke. And inside the bays, the State Channel, West Island, Squaw Island, Massapequa Cove, getting good reports from those areas also. So overall, like I said earlier, it's just been a good fluke year. I remember, when the regs went up another inch, everybody was concerned about catching keepers. Well, keepers have not really been an issue this year in most areas. Further west, it's still all about porgies. Jerry at Bernie's Bait and Tackle in Sheepshead Bay said they're just all over the place, whether you boat fish or whether you fish from the shore. Just loads of porgies. He did mention there was a good shot of big blues at Breezy Point one day on the weekend. But again, porgies really the name of the game back that way. Up on the North Shore, it's the same deal. Porgies, still the main attraction. To the west, Scotch Caps, Glen Island, Tinicok Point, it's Execution Light, and then all the way east, John Ritchie at Terminal Tackle in Smithtown, in Kings Park, he called the porgy fishing just plain stupid. He said they're everywhere, shore, boat, all the way out to Port Jeff and Wading River. So it just sounds like we have a sound full of porgies right now. We are starting to hear more and more bluefish reports coming up from the sound. Hopefully they're staging, getting ready to move into the harbors. That fishing is usually real good in September. On the surf, sharks. Seems that most guys are still targeting sharks along the South Shore. They're mostly browns, aka sandbar sharks. Reminder that they are protected, they must be released, and technically they should not even be removed from the water. I know guys keep sending me photos trying to hold these things up. You really should just get the hook out and get the fish right back into the water, and be careful releasing them. There's a lot of guys grabbing them by the tail. They think they're safe. They can turn around, they can do a 180 before you can blink an eye and grab your arm or your leg, so be real careful releasing them. Mackerel chunks, if you're going to do some of that, mackerel chunks are the way to go. They even have an edge over the fresh bunker chunks. And if you're looking to get geared up for the fall run, don't forget we got the Fisherman Surf Fishing Show that's coming up September 14th at the Huntington Hilton. That's on Route 110 in Huntington. It runs from 6 to 11 p.m. $20 at the door, $15 for children. And we got over 70 exhibitors staging their wares. It's all surf fishing related equipment, rods, reels, guides, hooks. There's ongoing seminars, ongoing clinics, and the first 500 people at the door get a free goodie bag of tackle, and you also get a raffle ticket for some great prizes. We got reels, right up to Van Stol's, some great rods, $400 surf rods. We'll be raffling off. Offshore fishing. It could definitely use a shot of some warmer water, and maybe Gert passing by was a help. Hopefully, push some warmer water inshore. The tuna fishing really slowed down with some cooler water coming in, and right now probably your best bet is sharks, unless something has changed with that warmer water coming in. Check your water temperature charts, but if you're looking for action, still loads of hammerheads and freshers, especially out east from Shinnecock to Montauk. And hey, don't forget the docks this weekend. Snapper fishing's been really good, pretty much everywhere, no matter who I talk to, up on the North Shore, the South Shore, lots of snappers. I took my granddaughter this past weekend. She had a ball catching snappers, so grab a few kids, grab some spearing, and if you really want to do it right, get a couple of quarts of bunker chum, put a quart in a bucket of water, sprinkle it around, toss it out near the dock. It'll bring those snappers right in close, make it easy for the kids. Hey, also this weekend, if you're in a boat shopping mode, stop by Suffolk Marine Center in Babylon. That's on Saturday from 9 to 3 p.m. They're holding an open house, and they'll be demoing their full line of 2017 regulators with special discounted pricing. Hey, until next week, this is Fred Golofaro for thefisherman.com.
Win the incredible Steigercraft 21DB Miami, powered by a Yamaha 200, in the ultimate season-long multiple species subscriber-only fishing competition, the Fisherman's 2017 Dream Boat Fishing Challenge. Go to thefisherman.com and enter today.